Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Welcome again to our channel, Sir Lopez Vlog. Sa araw na ito, magkakaroon naman tayo ng self-evaluation dito sa subject na non-institutional correction, particularly on the subject probation. Mayroon tayong 25 katanungan na susukat sa inyong academic preparation para sa subject na ito. Ang mga kasagutan sa mga katanungan na ito ay nandito sa ating description box, at gayon din kung gusto ninyong balikan yung mga nauna nating self-evaluation sa topic na ito, nandito rin sa ating description box ang link ng mga video na yan. Okay, so kung handa na kayo, start na natin sa question number 1. Complete the given statement. The period of probation is A. Infinity, B. Discretionary, C. Time-bound condition, or D. All of them. Question number 2. When the sentence imposes a fine only, subject to subsidiary imprisonment, what is the period of probation? A. Not more than 2 years. B. Not less than nor more than twice a total number of days of subsidiary imprisonment. C. Shall exceed 2 years. Or D. Up to 6 years. Question number 3. Which of the following is the mandatory condition of probation? A. Report to the probation officer at least once a month. B. Refrain from visiting houses of ill repute. C. Abstain from drinking intoxicating beverages to excess. Or D. Meet his family responsibilities. Question number 4. When the application for probation should be made? A. Within the period of perfecting an appeal. B. Within 15 days from the promulgation of the notice of judgment. C. Within 15 days from the date of his acquittal. Or D. Both A and B. Question number 5. What should be conducted once the application for probation is in due form? A. Preliminary investigation. B. Follow-up investigation. C. Summary investigation. Or D. Post-sentence investigation. Question number 6. What is the nature of the information taken during the post-sentence investigation? A. Restricted. B. Mandatory. C. Public. Or D. Confidential. Question number 7. What is the effect of the filing of the application for probation? A. Acquittal of the accused. B. Dismissal of the case. C. Release the offender. Or D. Suspend the execution of sentence. Question number 8. The denial or grant of probation is A. Executive function. B. Legislative function. C. Judicial function. Or D. Both A and B. Question number 9. Which of the following will describe probation? A. Mode of discharging civil liability. B. Alternative for imprisonment. C. Mode of acquiring justice. Or D. A kind of palakasan system. Question number 10. What is the Probition Law of 1976? A. RA 968. B. RA 9344. C. PD 689. D. PD 968. Question number 11. A privilege granted by the court to a convicted person to remain in the community instead of going to prison. A. Parole. B. Commutation of sentence. C. Reprieve. Or D. Probation. Number 12. The government spends much when an offender is released on probation than to place him behind bar. A. True. B. False. C. May be true. Or D. May be false. 13. Where the application for probation be filed? A. Board of Pardon and Parole. B. Office of the DILG Secretary. C. Mayor's Office. Or D. Court. Question number 14. When shall the application for probation be filed? A. Within 15 days before conviction. B. Within 15 days after filing of an appeal. C. Within 15 days after promulgation of judgment. Or D. Within 15 days before the promulgation of judgment. Question number 15. When the post-sentence report be submitted to the court? A. Within 10 days before conviction. B. Within 15 days after filing an appeal. C. Within 150 days after promulgation of judgment. Or D. Within 60 days upon receipt of the order. Question number 16. May an accused in a joint trial apply for probation even if the other co-accused appealed their conviction? A. Yes. B. No. 17. What is the maximum imprisonment term to be qualified for probation? A. Below 6 years. B. More than 6 years. C. 6 years. Or D. Within 6 years. 18. Who are disqualified for probation under special law? A. Found guilty of election offenses. B. Found guilty of violating RA 6727. C. Guilty of RA 9165. Or D. All of them. Question number 19. Are all qualified under the law automatically entitled for probation? I repeat. Are all qualified under the law automatically entitled to probation? A. Yes. B. No. 20. How long is the period of probation if the probation year was sentenced to imprisonment of 1 year or less? A. Not more than 2 years. B. Not more than twice the amount of fine. C. Less than 3 years. Or D. Any time upon able to reform and rehabilitated. Question number 21. What is the purpose of post-sentence investigation report? A. Determine the best of the public if probation will be granted. B. Ensure the end of justice will be served. C. Determine the best interests of the applicant once probation will be granted. Or D. All of them. 22. If the application for immigration is approved, would this be a ground for the early termination of the probation period? A. Yes. B. No. Question number 23. The following are grounds for termination of the probation supervision period except A. Completion of probation. B. Death of the probationer. C. Termination of probation. Or D. Death of the probation officer. 24.
Before the expiration of the probation period, a report should be made by the probation office within 30 days. A. To the DILG Secretary. B. Office of the President. C. Office of the Vice President. Or D. Court. Okay, question number 25. A person placed on probation. A. Criminal. B. Accused. C. Suspect. Or D. Probationer.
Okay, so natapos na natin ang ating isinagawang self-evaluation dito sa subject na ito. Mangyari lamang na i-check nyo na ang inyong papel gamit ang mga key to correction na nandito sa ating description box. At kung ang iyong nakuha ay git pa sa 20, congratulations, maintain your good performance. Okay, so hanggang sa muli na ating isasagawang self-evaluation. Maraming salamat at magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Bye-bye.